All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everybody is doing well out there today, and hopefully you guys find yourselves with some really beautiful weather, like we do here in California. Beautiful, beautiful day. Blue sky, plenty of sunshine. Birds are chirping. The neighbors' chickens are clucking. I mean, it's a really, really beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold. For me, it's the perfect temperature, perfect weather. I am feeling good today, mentally, physically, spiritually, if I may add. So really hope everybody's doing well out there today, and hopefully you all are having a good day. Because I myself definitely having a good day. So, hey, we got the man Double O in the house. Double O, welcome, man. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Like I was just saying, hopefully you find yourself with some beautiful weather like I do here in Cali. Just, it's not even beautiful. It's gorgeous out today, man. It's perfect. It's perfect. Um, no negatives. It's not even really a negative. It's just all part of the season. So I had to start taking allergy medicine the other day because I get some pretty bad allergies, but it seems to be working. So we're all good. We're all good to go there. But yeah, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Should probably open the lid there. As usual, gonna take couple minutes to give everybody a chance, whoever that is that's going to be joining us today. Give everybody a chance to come in and pop in, say hello. Don't really have anything too extensive going on today. It's just going to be a quick inspection. It's a brand new saw. So the red lever 044 that we did yesterday, that's my buddy Alonzo's 044, and so today I'm going to be doing his 400C. So for those of you that don't know, the C just identifies the saw being a M-tronic opposed to a regular clutch, or wow, regular carburetor or manual carburetor. It's a brand new saw. He just got it, what, maybe for sure at least 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. Brand new saw. So there's nothing wrong with it. It starts, it runs just fine. He has a couple of West Coast saw goodies on there. But the only thing that happened recently, and it's not a major thing. I mean, it is a major thing, and luckily it wasn't anything severe, but he was kind of in a hurry to go out to work, and he's also running the West Coast air filter, and he forgot to put it back on after he cleaned it and lubricated it, and he forgot to put it back on, and he was in a hurry. And hey, I don't blame him. You know, I as I'm sure many of us, you know, we make mistakes sometimes. We're in a hurry and we just forget, and so he didn't realize that he forgot to put the air filter back on after he was done working, and so he was a little worried that, of course, you know, like you guys know, a lot of debris got into the piston or into the cylinder, but you know, he did do a quick little muffler check, and he thought it looked good, and I do trust his judgment because he does know about saws and he knows how to run equipment. But again, you know, we're in a hurry, mistakes happen, accidents happen, so we're just going to go through it. Basically, we're just going to hang out, go through it, that way you guys can check it out, see it, and just for ourselves, just to make sure it really is okay. But I'm sure it's going to be fine. So it's a brand new saw, so it really is going to have minimal wear on its components like the clutch and sprocket and everything else. So really it's just here to get a quick checkup, a little love, clean it up, and that's really it. But for today, we're just simply going to just go through it, check a couple of things, and then do the cleaning portion another time. You know, another maybe what maybe not Friday, but in the next day or so, or maybe today. Just depends on how we're doing with time, because I do have somewhere to go around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Just have to do some grocery shopping for dinner tonight. So, anyways, so that's what we got going on. Let's see. We got some comments. And I don't mean to ignore you guys. You guys know me. Once I get the mumbo jumbo going, sometimes it's all over from there. Double O says it was snowing recently. Where are you located again? I forget, man. Um, it was snowing up in Michigan too. So for those of you that are familiar or know who Ground Pounder is, he's out in Michigan and he was getting some snow out there today too. He said it was 33 degrees out there today. So, and we got Cool in the house. What up, Cool? I like that name. It's cool. I know, cringy. I know. What up, Cool though? Cool. It almost sounded like I said culo, but I didn't. I said, okay, whatever. We're just gonna move on. But welcome, welcome. Hey, and we got our friend Z Salt in the house. What up, Z Salt? Much love to you, man. Happy Tuesday. We got Waldo Small. Says, cool. I'm in South Africa. Hell yeah. What's the weather like out there today in South Africa? Is it cold? Is it hot? I'm guessing maybe hot. I'm not sure. I don't know if the seasons are anything like they are here in the United States. They might be similar, maybe different. But anyways, Waldo, hopefully you're doing good today. Waldo's also asking, are you American? Yes, I am. I'm here in California, born and raised here in California. We got Adriana Pedro, says high school nights. Is that your high school team? Is that your guys' name? But anyways, much love to Adriana. Thank you for being here. Adriana says, I'm okay. Mi experiencia en las flores en inglés. So, ¿habla usted español? Me imagino que habla español, pero lo que estaba diciendo es bienvenida y mucho gusto tenerla aquí y ojalá que todo esté bien con usted hoy. We got Julia Soares with a cool looking emoji. It almost looks like Frankenstein laughing. Maybe that's what it is, but I don't know. And we got our favorite glove fanatic in the house, Sam Gloves, everybody. All right. Says, what up, everybody? Your glove friend is here. Sam says, while you're live streaming, would you wear the disposable gloves on both hands just for me while you're live streaming as well? I may actually throw on some gloves today just to be on the safe side. You guys already know I really don't mind getting my hands dirty. I don't really prefer to wear gloves, but, you know, especially during this time of year, poison oak is on the rise, and I'm super allergic to poison oak. So just to kind of reduce the chances of coming in contact with the oil and then rubbing it all over, I started wearing gloves. That's what I started doing earlier this year. So yeah, we'll probably be rocking some black nitrile gloves, Gorilla Grip brand, which I really like them a lot. They just run a little big, so I like wearing XLs. They're usually a little tighter on my hand because, you know, over time after wearing them, they do stretch a little bit, but it seems like their gloves run a little bigger, so their XLs really feel like 2X. So next time I buy the Gorilla brand, I'm going to try out their large, and I think those might be a little better. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, because at this point I have 1 hour or so before I have to run out and run a couple errands. So let's go ahead and put the 044 stuff away. Let me grab the box and a little baggie for the screws and all that, and just maybe some of the smaller components. So just give me 1 second, guys. Got our little sandwich bag here for hardware and some of the smaller components. Our good old trusted crocodile cloths, just for a little cleaning, a little wipe down on some stuff. And our gloves. And this really awesome box that I got from Costco when we did our grocery shopping on Sunday. Really nice heavy duty box, really big. So it's perfect to throw parts in and not just have them either in trash bags or just laying around everywhere, which I don't usually have parts just laying around everywhere, but usually they're in bags or whatever. But this box is really nice, so big shout out to Costco. Let's see. So let's just start off with our small stuff. But anyhow, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. You know what? Let's just go ahead and rock some gloves now. These are really nice gloves. Like I said, they just run a little bigger, I think. Well, they definitely do. They're extra large, but they feel like they're 2X. And me, I like them a little more on the snug side, so that way when I'm over time using them, wearing them, when they stretch out, they don't stretch out a lot. So when I go to buy them again, these are the Gorilla Grip brand. I'm going to try their large and see how those do. I think those might be a little better. And like I said, just because I feel like I have to disclaim it, I really don't mind. I like getting my hands dirty, but being that a lot of cutting is going to start taking place and a lot of things are in bloom, including, most importantly, poison oak, and I'm highly allergic to it, I'd rather just do my best to just reduce the risk of getting the oil on my hands and then going to the bathroom or really anything else, scratching my eye or rubbing my eye, and then you guys already know the rest from there. So I think everything else, let's see. So after doing some research yesterday on Alonso's Red Lever 044, I have determined, based off of serial number, crankcase, and what else? And the cylinder head with the slant fins, but really it's off of serial number and crankcase design. He does have the 10 millimeter 044, which is the more desirable 044. So, which is awesome. They say that the slant fin 044s have the 10 millimeter wrist pin. That's what we're referring to. But also, too, what I kind of was finding on the research I was doing last night is that some slant fin 044s, the later ones, had slant fins, but were running the 12 millimeter wrist pin. So, but really, the serial number is the best way to identify it at this point, and also crankcase design. So, and also, too, another thing that I was telling Alonso yesterday, and I felt kind of bad, just because I felt like I was being kind of negative and kind of the bearer of bad news, if anything. And I didn't realize this until after the live stream yesterday, after I was really just looking at this rewind starter. So fan housing, and then of course you have your rewind assembly. So the fan housing, essentially, it just didn't seem right. It just seemed too light, and just something about it just didn't feel right. So anyways, long story short, I really don't think that this fan housing is a OEM steel fan housing, a rewind starter. For one, the material feels very cheap. It feels really cheap. Um, the inner plastic here, it has no texture at all. All the other fan housings that I've came across, they're, they're white or whatever with a little transparency kind of, but they have kind of like a rough kind of finish on them, like a texture. This one is just a solid white, super shiny. It just doesn't feel right. Um, the screws, if you really look at them, you guys won't be able to tell, but they look really cheap. It looks like they have some texturing on them. So, and then the most important thing is there's no part numbers, there's no nothing, no stamps of any sort. And so in this case, I mean, I guess I do know that it's not a OEM rewind starter. I know it says steel, but I mean, they could have just bought the badge and then stamped it on and put it on or whatever, but I really don't think it's an OEM rewind starter. So, oh, and this actually does have a stamp, but so this actually is the clear sign that it's not a steel OEM rewind starter, because it has a stamp here. It's PA6. I've never seen a rewind starter have a stamp on this inner plastic piece here, so it's not OEM. And also too, when you pull the cord, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel good. So I didn't catch that until after the live stream when I was sitting here taking pictures of everything and whatnot. So it's kind of a bummer. I don't know if he's going to want to switch this out, because he also prefers to have the lasso starter on it. So, and if you guys go and look on eBay or just aftermarket rewind starters, they look just like this. And I don't even know if this is, well, I get it is metal, I guess, because there is a little scrape. So it is metal, but it's very cheap. Either way, long story short, not OEM. So everything else is original. Double O says, I hate allergies. Dude, same. And now that I'm living here in Napa, I've been getting told that they're actually worse here in Napa than in the other county that I lived in. Just because things out here, I guess, they stay more green or whatever, and especially that we had a lot more rain this year. So, but today I'm doing good. I ended up picking up some allergy medicine, but what we really don't want is that poison oak. So that's why we're rocking the gloves. Sam Glove says, nice black nitrile gloves. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Nitrile are my favorite, especially the black. So I guess they also make, there's companies that make orange. The orange ones are pretty cool. A green color, kind of like the croc wipe green or crocodile cloth green, like that. Those also look really cool, but I just like the black the best, or better, I guess. Hey, we got Grayson in the house. What up, man? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing good. And we got Luca Fan. What up, man? Much love to you guys. Thanks for popping in and saying what's up. Hope you guys are having a good day. And also, too, find yourselves with some beautiful weather like I do here in California today. It's really nice. It's the perfect temperature. It's kind of on the warmer side, but it's still, there's a nice little breeze. It's just perfect. Perfect. So just to give you guys a little look of the saw in its current state. And a little recap on this saw. So during the inspection, it needs a new tank vent, because the line for the vent is all rotten and tore up, and it's just not even attached at that point, dried out. It also needs a new sprocket drum or clutch bell, rim sprocket, and clutch springs, so a whole new clutch and sprocket assembly. And it also needs, what else did we say? And then some carburetor work, so a rebuild, a good cleaning. So what I mean by rebuild, I mean metering diaphragm, and then you might as well throw in some new gaskets in there. But really, what we're after is the metering diaphragm, and then clean it really good, and then just a good old cleaning. And what else? That's pretty much it. And then everything else is just cosmetic. He already has a new air filter cover coming for it. I think we're still doing our best to hunt down a new shroud, just because this one is a little faded, but the model plate is still good, or badge. It's more like a plate though. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. There are some out there, but they're the ones that have the opening for the decompression valve, and then this 044 doesn't have a decompression valve, so it would work, but it would just look kind of odd. Okay, so we'll put that saw down, move our box of parts, and now let me go grab his 400C, and then we'll start just getting into it. Luca fans asking, asks, where do you live in Cali? So I'm here in a town. Well, not town. It's actually it's a city. Here in Napa. I used to live up in Windsor. So from here, it's, I would say, about an hour and 15 minutes. So I've been here now for a little over a month. So, and it's been great. It's been a very good experience, and a lot more opportunity over here, and just a change of scenery is really nice. And yeah, so anyways, let me go grab that saw. All right, here we go. So again, this is Alonzo's 400C. The C meaning that it's an M-tronic opposed to a standard carburetor. He has some West Coast saw goodies, West Coast clutch cover, and then the new West Coast 3-point shorty dogs that were just released, maybe about a month ago. Also too, it has a full wrap. So a fun fact is that the 400s are not offered with a full wrap if you go buy them at a dealer. But if you do want the full wrap, you can use the full wrap kit from the 362 if it's right up to the 400. So this wrap is actually a 362 wrap, and but it fits perfectly on the 400s. And then it also has the West Coast Bark Box muffler. And what else? That's pretty much it. So again, this saw is really new. He got it at least 2 months ago, maybe more, but not older than 3 months, I don't think, if that. And so everything is good on it. But again, and accidents happen. He was in a hurry one day to go to work, and he had taken off the air filter to clean it and re-lubricate it, and he must have gotten sidetracked, or I don't know what the case was. Long story short, he forgot to put the air filter back on. He went out to work, was cutting, and it wasn't until after he got done and went to refuel, and he just he said it sounded, I think he said it sounded a little different. I forget how he realized that he forgot to put the air filter on, but he realized he forgot to take the air filter on, and so he just got worried that, you know, a bunch of debris got into the cylinder. And so he called me, and he's like, man, I screwed up. And he's like, you're not gonna believe this, I feel so dumb. I'm like, dude, what happened? I'm like, first of all, what saw are we talking about? He's like, the 400. I'm like, oh man, what happened? And then so that's when he told me what happened. And so while we're on the phone, I'm like, well, just pop off the muffler. That'll be the easiest way to tell, or, you know, take out your spark plug. And he said it looked okay, and I think it's going to be fine too, but we're just going to give it a quick look over, and then, you know, kind of just check a couple of other things just for good measure. It's already here. Might as well take a look at it. But it's not going to take very long. But really what we're more concerned about is just checking out the piston and the cylinder. But since I ended up having the day off today, I was like, you know, might as well just, of course, you know, do a live stream, hang out with you guys. Because I really do miss doing our live streams. I know we were doing them a little more consistently, but you guys already know the deal, man. Grinding 295s, and then now getting back to the saw work, which is a blessing. Time is just a little more limited. But we're still rocking it as best as we can. And so the clutch cover, it's the newest version of West Coast's clutch cover. It's got the captive bar nuts, so you can get them either with captive or with non-captive, or you used to be able to have a choice. I don't know if he made them all captive or if they're still offering them, offering the clutch covers both versions, but this is the captive version, which this clutch cover he did get from us, or from me. So Shang Abi says, can you flash me, Unk? Absolutely not. But Shang, hopefully you're doing good, man. Happy Tuesday to you, and thank you for joining us. I always do really appreciate everybody's time. Spark plug looks fine. Again, this is a brand new saw. We're just making sure that everything does look okay. But I do trust Alonzo, because he knows what a scored piston looks like, or anything like that. He knows what it looks like, but he just wanted to bring it to us and give us a little something to do, so that's always nice. We got Jazz Deep car. Anyways, Jazz Deep in the house. What up, Jazz? Much love to you. Happy Monday. Free Edit says, hey, I'm going to make a edit. If you could say, hey, Free Edits, that would be great. So if you guys want a free edit there, we'll make you a free edit. Which, hey, there's no such thing as bad marketing, right? I mean, hey. But Edit, much love to you, man. I know you've been here before, so thank you for coming back and hanging out with us for a little bit. And I'm guessing you make edits, so that's actually really cool. You guys already know, well, I really like taking videos and pictures of things, and so I guess making little edits as well, and it's fun work, man. It really is. But where I was going with that is hopefully you're doing good, man. Hopefully your hustle is going well. And yeah, and if anybody needs an edit, hit up your boy. Or gal, I'm not sure. Anyways, moving on. So I'm going to just start by looking down from the spark plug hole. So that'll be pointing forward. So looking at the front of the sleeve, which is the exhaust port side. And then when you take off the muffler and you look backwards, or you look back to the back of the cylinder sleeve, that is your intake side. Flashlight is broke, or is dead. I think I have some new batteries inside the house. Let me just go check that out real quick. Apologize. All right. I don't know if they watch our videos or our live streams, but shout out to Coast Portland Products, one of my favorite flashlight brands. Well, currently my favorite flashlight brand. Ooh. Okay, actually, I'm not trying to be all dramatic, but I'm not really liking how it's looking, so we're gonna just go for it, and we're gonna literally pop off the cylinder head and get a better look, because I think that is the best way to get a look at things anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and tear this thing down, because I really didn't like what and it's kind of tricky to look at sometimes. But anyways, long story short, I'm gonna just tear it down a little bit and pop off the cylinder, because again, that is the best and most thorough way to really look at everything. I wasn't really liking the little glimpse of whatever I saw just now. So and Alonzo does watch our live streams every now and then, because he's a busy man, so he doesn't always have time. But Alonzo, if you're watching this, I don't mean to freak you out. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. But I'm curious now. So when I look directly to the back of the cylinder sleeve, intake side of it, it looks good. But then when I look towards the left, I do see some faint striations coming in. The right side of it I don't see anything, but the left side definitely has some striations coming in. Double O is asking, is MS400 injector saw? No, it's carbureted. It's just this is the C version, so it's the M-tronic carburetor. So smart carb, gadget techie stuff. I mean, it's still a regular carburetor. It just has what they call a solenoid valve and I think something else, but really that's what changes. It has a solenoid valve and then it has its little intelligent sensor that it basically tunes itself based off of the altitude and everything else. But it's carbureted. The only fuel injected saw right now that I know of is, of course, and you guys already know, my favorite, the 500i. All right. So let's go ahead. And I'm actually excited. I mean, I'm not excited because I'm a little worried of what I'm going to see when I take off the cylinder, but I'm excited because this is the first time that I've ever worked on a 400. So it's exciting at the same time. So okay, so we need our 8mm socket. Can you guys hear the chickens? They're not mine, they're our neighbors. Double O says, I like Workos and Well Tool flashlights. They pretty good? Well, I mean, obviously they're good if you like them, but I've never heard of that brand. What do you like about those? They just work good, or good price, or both? Okay, so let me show you guys before I take apart the carburetor assembly and all that. Give you guys a look at what it looks like. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I'll just do it like that then. So this is it almost kind of looks like a 261, 271 setup, but it looks a lot more, it looks a lot more busy, like it has a lot more going on. It looks really cool though. And supposedly, West Coast, or Gordy from West Coast, he's in the middle, or he's in the process of developing a suspension kit for the 400s. So I'm guessing it's gonna replace these bushings here, which that'd be kind of cool. All right. Let me open up the gas tank. Just to alleviate the pressure. Because all I need access to is the little intake boot so I can push it through. There is fuel leaking out of it a little bit, but that's to be expected because it does have fuel. But it's good fuel, it just got put in. And I have nowhere to dump anything right now, so. But this is what we're looking like now. 00 says just small hobby, work low, makes some good quality lights for decent price. Okay, right on. We got Christopher in the house. What up, Chris? Says I got a CS590 Echo Timberwolf, new carb, can't get to stay idle when it gets hot. Okay. So I'm curious. And you say it's a brand new saw, or is that right? Did you say it was a brand new saw? Let me see. New carb. Can't get it to stay idle when it gets hot. Maybe try retuning the carburetor. I don't know if you've messed with the tune at all. Maybe it needs a little more fuel on the low. I would maybe try giving it a little more fuel on the low. Or just retuning it. Also, maybe if you can, just take a look inside your cylinder and see what everything is looking like. Just to rule that out. So at that point, that's what I would do. I would just kind of go through everything. So actually, I don't even need to take off the handle because it should just pop right off. But either way, I'd rather just get it out of the way, make life a little easier. Actually, it will just come out. We'll see. Let's check it out. Does this piece come off? Oh, this is an interesting design. A lot going on this saw. I wonder if this piece comes right off. It does. So I'm gonna have to, I think it looks like I'm gonna have to take this piece off here, which, okay, we're learning here. Again, this is a new one, new to me because I've never worked on a 400. So remove these cables. pop that out of place. So basically I'm unrouting all the wires. I'm wondering if wow. And as always, it's good to take your time, especially when you're working on a saw that you've never worked on before. So I'm just trying to understand how everything is put in place. Okay, so it's coming off there. So let me take out the intake, the line here, take that off. I was just telling my girlfriend though, even though the next saw that I wanted to buy was a 500, because you guys already know that's my absolute that's like my favorite saw. I want to pick up a 400 before they discontinue them. I don't know when they're going to do that, but being that the new model is out, so I'm gonna have to take it out from here, push this one through. So I need to push the boot. So it almost has two intake boots. Okay, so there's one. Now I gotta get the bottom one. So either way, I don't need to take that off, okay? Okay, we're almost there. Wow. Okay, so that's what I needed to get off. Hey, we got GP in the house. What up, man? Long time no see. How's the wood pile burning? Hopefully it's going aight. Okay, so here we are. So this is what I was taking off here. Now I have access to the 2 mounting screws in the back, and then I can get to the front, and then I can pull off the cylinder. Very unique design, I will say. So let me so check it out. This is where we're at. The man GP says I'm pumping in the clip when the wind blows every 20 seconds. Got me peeping out my window. As long as it's going good, man. As long as it's going good. That's the boy right there, man. That's the man. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and just get the cylinder off. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the spring from the handle. Now I can remove. Now we can remove the cylinder. Okay, I apologize, guys. I was getting a phone call. Okay, I apologize, guys. I was getting a phone call and they were trying to leave a voicemail. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. Oh yeah, GP. So they were, so Ayush was talking about, he was dropping the cheeseburger emoji yesterday on the live. And I think somebody was like, oh, like, what's up with the cheeseburger emoji? And I was like, oh man. I was like, I could tell you guys, but it's kind of an inside joke. And it's a GP thing. So if anything, the man should tell you himself. So if you're still here, if you want to, let the people know. What is cheeseburger time? Can you guys still hear me okay? I don't know if the phone call interrupted the audio or not. I mean, it did, but I don't know. Double O says all good. All right, sweet. Okay. I think we're ready to pull the cylinder off. I kind of want to remove these wires because I don't want them to just dangle there. So if anything, I'm just going to take the carburetor off or remove it from the, if I can get that linkage. Okay, we'll worry about that in a second. Okay, let's check it out. So I see some very faint striations coming in, like where the piston was just traveling up and down. So when you're looking at it like this, so this is the intake side of it, obviously the exhaust. So it's coming in on this right hand side here, right above the transfers, up towards the squish, or the squish band. Um, and then, but really, what I was concerned about is these markings that I see right above the exhaust port, which I've never seen before. And I'll see if I can show you guys. Because they're not vertical. They're not going up and down. They're horizontal, and they're kind of odd. So maybe something did get inside, but that's not normal. I mean, obviously it's not affecting performance because this saw has all the power. I mean, it starts up just fine, but I'll show you guys. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. You guys see that right there, right above the port? That's the exhaust port. You see those blemishes or markings? I've never seen markings like that before on a sleeve. And that's obviously definitely not normal. And as you can see, there are some faint striations coming in right there on the left-hand side of the flashlight. So at that point, it's just some piston transfer. Well, not just, but it's piston transfer. And there's some more faint striations coming in right there on the right-hand side. Also just some from the piston coming in contact with the sleeve. So maybe just from running a little too hard. But that's really what I'm kind of concerned about. Again, at this point, it's not affecting performance. It's not affecting much from what I can tell, but that is not normal. So I think with a little bit of sandpaper or Scotch-Brite, we can definitely correct that and make it better. And then, of course, just some faint striations coming in from piston transfer, or, well, it's not even transfer at that point. It's just from friction. And as you can see, a little bit on the bottom there below that transfer. But really, again, what I'm more so concerned about are those markings right there above the exhaust port. Not really sure what could have caused that. Maybe something got inside and rattled around a little bit. And then, of course, you know, those striations are kind of, they're just an eyesore at this point. A little concerning. But really what's more concerning still at this point are those markings up there above the port. And now that I have you guys on the rear view. Let me show you guys the setup I got going on right now. But really, let's look at the saw, because again, this is my first time working on a 400. And there's old boy Nash. Nash. Hi, my boy. What are you doing? He's like, bro, what does it look like? I'm chilling. So yeah, guys, this is what a 400 looks like. Carburetor, M-tronic carburetor. But anyhow, so yeah, so those are the marks that I'm a little concerned about. This saw is only a few months old. A few months meaning like 2 or 3 months old. So that's what we got going on. So let me go ahead and check out the piston. Sorry, I'm just getting a little organized. So there definitely is debris inside the crankcase. A couple little wood chips. So again, that could have been from, and it was from not having that air filter on there. But again, accidents happen. He was in a hurry. I mean, hey, but the piston is definitely a little discolored, running a little hot. I'm not going to clean off the piston or anything inside of it right now, because I am going to take pictures for Alonzo so that way he can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to do my best to take pictures of inside the cylinder sleeve and show him that as well. But there's definitely debris inside the crankcase. A couple little wood chips hanging off to the side there. As far as the piston goes, I don't see any markings of any kind. Maybe a little bit on the side there. The piston rings are fine, but around the top of the piston, it is discolored. Especially on the muffler side, it is discolored. Again, this is the first time I've seen the magnesium piston after running, or at all. So I don't know if that's just natural coloration that happens with these magnesium pistons. So that's one of the unique things about the 400s, is that instead of an aluminum piston, they incorporated the magnesium. So this is the first time I'm seeing a magnesium piston, especially after running. So again, I don't know if this is natural coloration, but either way, it looks like it got a little warm, a little hot. But there is definitely a lot lot of you know, quite a bit of grime, or enough. I mean, to me, it's a lot. I'll show you guys. We got Ivan in the house. What up, Ivan? Much love to you and everybody out there in Ukraine. So if you can see, that's not what you want in your crankcase. Got a couple wood chips there. Fine dust. And also too around the skirt of the piston. Not good. Not good. And you guys see the discoloration there. So this is a magnesium piston, not your traditional aluminum. But either way, running a little toasty. There's more debris, more dust on the other side of the skirt, as well as the front. But again, keep in mind, it was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose. He was just kind of in a hurry. So he forgot to put his West Coast air filter back on after cleaning it and lubricating it. He was in a hurry to get to work. Didn't realize he forgot to put the air filter back on until I think he went to go fuel up, and somehow he checked it, or he remembered or something. So, you know, you can't really, you know, accidents happen. So it's all right. But thankfully though, he caught it, you know, in time. But still, we're gonna clean it all out for him, make sure it's all clean, there's no dirt or grime in there. I'm gonna show him the pictures of the cylinder sleeve, because like you guys saw, there are some weird little markings there at the top above the exhaust port. Not going vertical, so it's not vertical striations or nothing like that. They're kind of they're horizontal, and they're just kind of weird looking. And you know, I think this could be an eye opener for everybody. You know, just be more careful. And again, mistakes happen. Our accidents happen. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect in the world. As much as sometimes we'd like to try to think so, but we're not. So, but the thing is, we caught everything in time. I'm going to take some pictures of this, send it to him, send him pictures of the saw and what I found inside here, inside the crankcase, and then just clean it out. At this point, even though the cylinder does have some strange markings above the exhaust port, it's not affecting performance right now. It's not affecting compression. Are they supposed to be there? No. But if he really wanted me to correct that and fix it, I can easily just clean up the sleeve a little bit. It wouldn't take much, and go from there. And as far as, you know, the piston getting a little hot, maybe just running a different type of oil, slightly better oil. And because I know he does change it a little bit sometimes. I think recently though, he switched to the VP 50-1 premix, so that's usually some good stuff. Or, you know, maybe I can recommend him trying the AMSOIL Sabre full synthetic. That's what I run on my personal saws, and he can just mix it to a 50-1 or whatever. So at this point, it's not horrible. It's not, you know, detrimental or nothing like that. Again, this is just an eye opener, I think, for everybody, especially for myself. Just, you know, just be more aware, be more careful. But other than that, I'm not going to go further and inspect the rest of the saw. Again, this is a brand new saw. He only bought it 2, maybe 3 months ago. So everything else I know is going to be okay. No need to check oil seals or anything like that, clutch. At this point, really the main focus here was the cylinder and the piston. And also too, it's also kind of a good thing to make note of is that even though I was just checking it from the top of the spark plug hole there, and we checked it in front of the muffler, you know, from the muffler port or exhaust port, if I would have said, oh, it looks fine, we wouldn't have caught all the dirt and grime that is sitting in the crankcase or around the piston skirt, or none of that. So it's good to just take more time and be thorough, because say I would have said, let's just say I would have been like, oh, it's fine, you know, if I let's just say I wouldn't have caught those little weird markings from the top of the spark plug, and so that's what caused me to take the cylinder off. If I would have just seen everything okay, and I would have still seen the little faint striations, if I would have said, oh, it's all good, and I wouldn't have pulled off the cylinder, again, we wouldn't have caught all that dirt and grime that's sitting on the crankcase, again, on the side of the piston skirt, and that would have caused more damage. So I think I think it's just a good thing to, if you're gonna check your cylinder sleeve and your piston, just take off the cylinder and really get a good thorough check. Look inside around your crankcase, your crankshaft, because that's really how you catch things. So I think this was a good catch. I mean, everything's going to be fine. As you can see, there's a lot of dirt and grime on the bottom of that base gasket there. So anyways, so for now, this is pretty much it until we come back and clean it up. And right now, what I'm going to do is take some pictures and send it to Alonzo so I can show him what I found, and then see what he wants to do as far as the cylinder sleeve. I think we may just leave it, especially if it doesn't affect performance or anything like that. We're just going to go ahead and leave it. But again, he's the customer. He'll tell me what he wants me to do. A lot of the times he'll ask me for my recommendation or what I think I would do. But long story short, we're definitely going to clean up the crankcase, get all that out of there, and go from there. So, and that pretty much concludes the 400C inspection. I really would love to hang out with you guys longer, but it is already 3:32. My girl, she's on her way, and as soon as she gets home, we're gonna run out and run a couple errands, grab a couple of things that we need for dinner tonight. And so I just got to get ready for that, take my pictures, do everything, because that takes a little bit of time, and go from there. But for now, I appreciate everybody that joined us today on our live stream, took time out of your lives and your day to see what the heck we got going on. Hopefully we all learned something today. I don't know, I did. It was fun because I've never until now worked on a 400 before, so now I have an idea of design wise, and I got to see what a magnesium piston looks like after it's been running already, and basically just learn a new saw. So, but anyhow, for now, that's it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Again, thank you for all the love and support, and again, taking time out of your days and lives to hang out with us. But until next time, so much love to everybody. Peace. And it's 333. Make a wish. Laters.